Oh! Oh! Oh!
That stock's not supposed to be on that tiny gun.
Oh man, that's great.
That is not an accurate gun by whatever means.
Come on now! Ah.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Shift Fire, an exploration and appreciation of all things military culture. I am one of your hosts, Cameron Fath. I'm a former Army Ranger out of 2nd Ranger Battalion, and with me, as always, is my amazing co-host,
Israel Wright. Good to be back with you, former Green Beret. It's wonderful to be here, folks. Today we're going to be doing something we like to call Lethal Antiquities. Cameron, what is Lethal Antiquities?
Lethal Antiquities is an awesome segment where we bring in an expert from either the film or the gaming or the military or the firearms community to provide us a mystery weapon, the origins we know not of, and we're gonna learn about it, we're gonna talk about it, and most importantly, we're gonna shoot it.
Yes. Before we get started, folks, be sure to hit that follow button to stay up with the latest on Shift Fire. That being said, let's get it on.
Let's do it. Let's run over there.
Ah!
What's going on, brother?
Hey.
Thanks for being here again.
Happy to be back.
I know. We got Clay, the movie gun guy, back to give us another gun. So, what can you tell us about this, man?
Same box.
Same box.
Same
Different
box.
mystery.
Different gun. Yeah, this time we actually did go back in time a little bit.
I don't know if I believe you, Clay. You're just trying to fool us again.
We broke trust.
Is there anything you guys don't want to see in here?
I don't want to see a bow and arrow.
I would love to see a bow and arrow. That'd be cool, dude.
I'm trying to think of like manipulation, things that might like trip me up and stuff, but I'm already left-handed, so I'm already handicapped. No matter what you open up, I'm gonna have a hard time with it, you know?
I'm glad you're coming to that realization.
I will tell you, this one has some futuristic applications and also some historical applications.
You know, just based off your little hint, I've given it a lot of thought. And I'm gonna say there's a Thompson in here.
It's a great guess.
Thinking like pulse rifle from Aliens.
Yeah.
Because the base of that gun was a Thompson.
That's right.
But then going back to World War II, the Thompson was, you know, basic issue for US.
Right.
So that's my guess.
Even further back, it was used in the 1920s, the classic gangster gun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
Tommy.
just mowing dudes down.
Well, it's a good guess. It's wrong. It's a damn good guess.
Damn it!
Any guesses?
Oh man, I don't know. The futuristic and past thing kind of threw me off. I'm like, I don't know what could be. You know, my breadth of knowledge is on weapons is getting larger and larger all the time with each episode that we do. So I'm learning all the time, but man, I couldn't tell you.
Well, shall we just
Just
take
do
away
it.
the
Yeah,
anticipation?
let's just do it, man.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Here we go. You ready?
Yes.
Oh, this is great.
That stock's not supposed to be on that tiny gun.
Oh man, that's great. Look at that, man.
Man, you know, I've only seen these, and I'm not even sure about the nomenclature, but this is German.
It is. This is the Mauser C96.
The Mauser!
I was just about, I was on the tip of my tongue, man.
So this was around pre-World War I. The British actually used a lot of these. They bought, a lot of officers bought these before World War I. And then during World War I, the Germans used this. And there were 100 different versions of this.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
so iconic, man. So instantly
It
recognizable,
is.
man.
In every movie, every American's just like, I want to take home a Mauser.
Yeah, they're great guns. And the sci-fi version, in case you guys didn't know, this was the basis for Han Solo's Heavy Blaster DL.
Oh, no kidding.
Okay.
You know, and technically, it's not from the future. It was a long time
Long
ago
time
in a
ago.
galaxy far away. So it's a past. Okay, I'm just saying.
Fair enough, you're right. I'm bad.
Well, can you tell us a little bit about the features of this? I know that these pistols work a lot differently than other pistols.
They do, and they don't. So this is kind of an interesting weapon in that the original version was fed by a stripper clip from the top.
Interesting.
This is a slightly later version that had
Amazing.
a removable magazine. Originally, it was chambered in 7.63, which at the time was the fastest round on the planet for a
Really?
pistol round until the 357 took it over.
Huh.
So it
Interesting.
had really high velocity, and it was really popular. 1897 to about 1937 was when these were manufactured, and they were all over the place. The Chinese used them, the Italians used them, the Germans obviously used them. There were tons of clones, variants, different calibers, different styles. The stock is also removable, and it is also
A holster?
It's a whole. That's crazy. That's so crazy.
kind of an all-in-one nice thing.
That's awesome, dude.
When did it start to get phased out? I mean, when did it kind of go out of fashion?
1937 was when they stopped manufacturing them. Pretty popular, but the semi-automatic pistols had started to get a little bit better. The P38 started coming in, the 1911s were coming in. Towards the end of this weapon's life, there were just better designs. They were more ergonomic, they were more reliable, and easier to manufacture.
Can I touch it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hell yeah! It kind of doesn't feel that great in your hands. I'll be honest. Compared to modern pistols like nowadays, the dovetail here, which I mean, what we call on Glocks nowadays, the grip on here is what I first noticed, is not that comfortable, and just because of this kind of dovetail-esque little cutout in the receiver of the pistol. Like my finger fits in it barely, but there's a lot of tension on this trigger, just the trigger guard. It's like giving me bloody knuckles. Yeah. But I mean, this thing is a hunk of steel, it feels like.
Who would carry this on the battlefield? Because we usually see it, I'm thinking like officers and stuff.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, this was never meant to be a main battle weapon. This was always meant to be a backup, and officers were not really supposed to be in combat.
Like
drop
what?
the mag out,
And then
pull back and let it go.
I gotta. Oh.
There you go.
Okay.
Yep. You gotta manhandle these things.
Yeah, they are not. They are not sensitive on the hands either. My hands hurt. That thing is a hunk of metal. It's definitely a heavy duty pistol. And it's 100% steel?
Yeah, oh yeah, there's no polymer in existence at this point.
Yeah, not at this point. What's the magazine capacity?
10.
10 of the 7.3.
Yeah, 7.63. This was a slightly later variant. And like I said, there were hundreds of variants of this thing.
Safety right here?
Big, nasty safety. Yep, can't miss it.
Oh yeah, that is. I mean, this would be just like a show gun kind of. Because I mean, officers aren't primarily in combat.
Right, that was the idea. They were supposed to be leading troops. Things got hairy. They had
this
personal defense weapon, literally. Yeah, one of the variants of this was called the Schnellführer.
Schnellführer!
Which it was the first detachable box magazine for this weapon. The other fun thing about it was full auto.
Nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No
So you've got
kidding.
this tiny little thing with the stock. I mean, you can see where the PD concept kind of came from.
Now we've seen these in a lot of video games like Resident Evil 4, Metal Gear, Red Dead Redemption.
Obviously, all the Star Wars games, Han Solo's got rocking it every single.
Yeah, there you go. It's the model. Yeah. Well,
let's shoot it.
Well, that's what I'm waiting for. I'm tired of
that's what I
talking.
want to hear. There we go.
Let's do it.
All right. Here we are. Who's first?
Rock, paper, scissors?
Let's do it, man. Yeah, ready?
1, 2, 3. Is that Harrison Ford? Harrison Ford!
I guess you're going first.
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
Thank you, sir.
All right. 10 rounds of 9mm. All yours, sir.
Thank
Lock
you.
and load.
Should be easy.
Should be, right?
Show us how it's done, Cameron.
Yeah.
Woo! See, you're coming right out of the top there.
That is not an accurate gun by whatever means.
No wonder they gave it to the officers.
Yeah, they can't shoot for
So one thing that I noticed, you were tending to want to hit high. Remember when this was made, 1897, they tended to have much higher front posts. So you really want to bury that front sight so you're not cocked up
Okay.
when you think you are.
Okay.
All right, all yours.
Thank you,
Lock
sir.
and load.
Do this the proper way, the lefty way.
Yeah, right?
Ooh, that's not very comfortable to hold. Whew. That's a tough line, man. Come on now! Ah! Oh, it's not coming out of there.
Lock and load.
All right, here okay?
Sure.
Here okay? Okay, all right. I just want to get my fingers snapped. The peppermint schnapps. Ow, fingers getting whacked. I'm like, ugh!
Don't be afraid.
Whoa, we're dry.
And you're cold. Rage is cold.
Nice.
What a new experience.
Yeah, totally brand new. Totally outside my experience of anything, even pistols that I've shot, you know?
Yeah, C96 Mauser. How did it feel different to what you guys are used to with sidearms.
Oh, I mean, the grip is the biggest
the grip
thing you
is a big
notice.
difference. Real small, stubby.
Yep.
And then using that stock, I was getting my knuckle whacked by the hammer
Two
tap.
big design changes that have happened from the Old West, and literally that's where both of these come from. The idea of having that nice high grip was not a thing yet.
No.
So they were expecting people to hold much lower, which is why you were getting your hand smacked. And
Yeah.
also the front sights tend to be a little higher, and we're used to equal height, equal light, right?
Yeah.
With these, you've got to kind of bury that front sight all the way down in that notch.
Yeah, I kind of learned that the hard way on the first iteration there with this, without the stock. I was like, why aren't I hitting? I know I can shoot. Because I mean, everything was lined up perfectly on the gun. And then when I put the stock on, I dipped it down like that and just literally went on the tip of it and started hitting. That was probably the biggest things that I noticed with this pistol. I didn't get slapped in the knuckle though.
No, yeah, you learn very quickly, yeah. But I mean, 9mm round for this one, easy to control. You know, not a lot going on there when
the recoil was extremely manageable, especially with the stock. It was just like became a a sub gun to me, anyways. The one thing that I definitely was like, yo, this is crazy, was just how aggressive knurling is on this charging handle. Man, if you weren't wearing those officer gloves or whatnot, like I'm still feeling some under the skin cuts in my hand just because from pulling that back as hard as it needs to be, because you got to be a man with this gun.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely felt it. Clearing malfunctions too, especially because I got one in there and I was like, get out of there, and it wouldn't go, and I was like, my hand hurts.
Yeah, aggressive.
Yeah, so this is just, a hunk of metal that is ruthless and does not care who's using it. It will test you.
And you can sort of see with this, if you imagine the Chanel Fury version, which had the longer magazine and was full auto, you're like, oh, that's where the PDW concept came from.
Yeah, no, it definitely makes a lot of sense, and I can see dudes running that, a PSD, like a personal security detail with a bunch of these or whatnot. But honestly, awesome piece of history.
Classic, man.
Yeah, I'm not a big historical gun guy. I mean, I love historical guns. I just haven't gotten my hands on them. I'm here with my AR and my tricked out race Glock with all my red dot sights and flashlights and, aftermarket triggers and whatnot. But this is bare bones. It's glad to see where we came from and where we are now.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of room for improvement on this design, and obviously that happened with the P38s and the Berettas and everything that came after.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool to see the granddaddy.
It
It's
is.
the progression. It's good to see where you came from and where you how you got to where you're at.
Yeah.
And you think about it, we all think about modern handguns with the 1911 being like the first semi-automatic. This was the 1890s.
That was before. Yeah.
Still the end of the Old West.
I know, right? It's like we're visiting our crazy grandfather with dementia in the home. It's nice to go every now and then and just reintroduce yourself because he doesn't remember you. But I'll go back home to my sex wife known as Glock any day. Well, Clay, thanks again for bringing this out, man. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
If you guys want to check out Clay, make sure you go over to themoviegunguide.com. Moviegunguide.com and check out everything that they're doing. If you want to see more from our channel, Shiftfire, make sure you're subscribed so you can stay up on the latest. If you like this video, make sure to give that like button and some love and go crazy in the comments. Let us know some guns you like to see us unbox here on the next one. Till next time, folks, it's a Shiftfire.
Sprechen Sie Notes.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Ah, du hast schon Augen, Fräulein. Du machst meinen Schwanz explodieren in meiner Hosen. Oh, mein Schwanz.
I love Wiener Schnitzel. You guys ever go to Wiener Schnitzel?
I've never had Wiener
It's like
Schnitzel.
kind of a California staple.